The sun beamed, the sand sparkled, waves whispered secrets to the shore. Seagulls cawed overhead, gentle breezes rustled through beach umbrellas. It was a day for building sandcastles and chasing the tide. Children laughed as they splashed in the shallows. Parents relaxed, enjoying the warmth on their skin. Waves crashed softly against the shore. Each wave left behind treasures of seashells and stones. It was a scene of tranquility and beauty, a hidden gem, away from the city's hustle and bustle. 10-year-old twins Max and Maya raced down the beach. Their laughter echoed across the sand. They loved visiting Whispering Waves with their parents. It was their favorite place in the world. They had been coming here since they were babies. This year something was different. A new family had set up their umbrella next to theirs. Max and Maya eyed the two kids playing near the water. A boy about their age was building a sandcastle. His little sister, maybe 5 years old, was collecting seashells. Max and Maya, always eager to make new friends, approached the children. "Hi," Maya said shyly. "We're Max and Maya. What are your names?" The boy looked up from his sandcastle, his eyes wide and curious. "I'm Sam," he replied. "And this is my sister, Lily." Lily, clutching a handful of seashells, smiled shyly at the twins. They all started talking, the sound of their chatter blending with the rhythm of the waves. They discovered they had a lot in common, especially their love for the beach and its mysteries. As the afternoon wore on, a strange thing happened. The once playful waves grew still. The gentle lapping sounds ceased. An unnatural silence descended upon the beach. Max noticed it first. "Hey, where are the waves?" he asked. The usual symphony of crashing waves was gone. The water lay flat like a sheet of glass. An unsettling quiet blanketed the shore. Even the seagulls seemed to have disappeared. The air, once filled with joyful sounds, was now thick with an eerie silence. "That's weird," Maya whispered, a shiver running down her spine. The sudden stillness was unnerving. The ocean, usually full of life, now resembled a vast, empty mirror. A sense of unease settled over the group. It felt as though someone had hit a pause button on the world. The sand beneath their feet felt different too. It seemed to vibrate with a low hum. Max swore he saw it ripple, like the surface of water disturbed by a breeze, but there was no wind. A cold shiver ran down Maya's spine. "This is creepy," she muttered, clutching Max's arm. Sam and Lily, equally spooked, huddled closer to the twins. The silence was broken only by the sound of their own nervous breathing. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. It felt like the entire beach was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. Suddenly, a voice, faint and whispery, seemed to rise from the sand itself. "Leave, while you still can," it hissed. The children froze, their blood turning to ice. They looked around frantically, but the beach remained deserted. "Did you hear that?" Max whispered, his voice trembling. They all had. The disembodied voice, laced with an unearthly chill, seemed to echo their deepest fears. Terror, cold and sharp, pierced their hearts. They were no longer just uneasy, they were truly scared. Section 5, the ghostly apparition of Whispering Waves, and then they saw it. A swirling mist began to rise from the spot where the voice seemed to originate. It swirled and pulsed, growing larger with each passing moment. It was the ghostly form of a young girl, her long dark hair swirling around her like seaweed. Her eyes, hollow and filled with a profound sadness, seemed to pierce their very souls. The ghostly girl drifted towards them, her feet not seeming to touch the ground. "Leave! This beach is cursed," she moaned, her voice a mournful wail. Section 6, fleeing the shadows of Whispering Waves. That was enough. Max and Maya grabbed Sam and Lily's hands and they ran. They didn't look back. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they raced across the sand, the image of the ghostly girl seared into their minds. They ran until their lungs burned and their legs screamed for mercy. They didn't stop until they reached the parking lot, the familiar sight of their parents' car, a welcome beacon in the fading light. Panting and breathless, they stumbled into the car, slamming the doors shut behind them. They didn't speak of what they had seen, but the terror in their eyes spoke volumes. Their parents, sensing their distress, bombarded them with questions, but the children remained silent, lost in their own private nightmare. As they drove away from WhisperingWaves beach, the setting sun casting long shadows across the sand, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. A quick glance in the rearview mirror revealed nothing but the empty road stretching out behind them, but the fear, raw and primal, lingered. Section 7. The mystery lingers. That night, huddled in their beds, the events of the day played over and over in their minds. The eerie stillness of the sea, the shifting sands, the chilling voice, and most terrifying of all, the ghostly apparition of the young girl. Sleep, when it finally came, was filled with unsettling dreams of swirling mists and mournful cries. The next day, their parents, concerned by their children's unusual silence and withdrawn behavior, decided to cut their vacation short. As they packed up the car, Max and Maya cast one last lingering look at WhisperingWaves beach. The sun was shining. The waves were crashing against the shore. It looked just like any other day. But the children knew better. They knew that beneath the surface of that idyllic summer scene, something dark and sinister lurked. They never spoke of that day again. But the memory of the haunting at WhisperingWaves beach remained, a chilling reminder that some secrets are best left buried beneath the waves. Section 8. Will they ever return? Life went back to normal, sort of. But things were different now. The beach, once a symbol of carefree summer days, now held a sinister edge in their minds. The ocean, once a source of wonder and fascination, now whispered tales of unspeakable horrors. Sometimes late at night, when the wind howled and the rain beat against their windows, they would hear it, a faint whisper carried on the breeze. Leave while you still can. And they would shudder, pulling their blankets tighter around them, haunted by the memory of the ghostly girl and the curse of WhisperingWaves beach. Would they ever be able to escape the shadows of that fateful summer day? Or would the haunting at WhisperingWaves beach follow them forever?